part of chapter 4. This is Guten Appetit. In the pictures you saw in page number 44 and 45, there are 4 situations: Frühstück, breakfast; Mittagessen, that is lunch; Kaffee und Kuchen, that is basically the snack time; and then Abendessen is the dinner. So just read it once and let me know, is there any word that we haven't discussed so far and you want to know the pronunciation for it? You also check. I am also just roaming my eye so that I could find any word. If not, then we'll proceed further. Okay, there is one word, Orangensaft. That is in the Frühstück section, second word, Orangensaft. So Saft is juice and Orange, that is orange. So it is orange juice, Orangensaft. Muesli is the same. We have muesli, that's some sort of like cereal. We have like cornflakes, muesli, that is a breakfast item. So this is that. Marmelade is jam. Marmelade is jam. Remember. And Brötchen is again a type of bread in Germany. You can see there in the photo, there is one bread puff. It's this in this plate. You can see here. I don't know if it is okay. I do have the book here. I can show you here. Warten, ich soll das Buch hier offen. Ein Moment. Mein Gott, wo habe ich das Buch gelegt? I had the book. Super. Okay, warten. Spectre neu, bit 2. I don't know where it's. Maybe I didn't download it or that's gone. Whatsoever. Okay, kein Problem. I'll open it from the. Okay, so you can see marmelade, that is jam, basically, and Brötchen. It's a type of, as I told you, that Germans and Germany, the people and the country, they have numerous quality and types of breads. So Brötchen is like a rounded shaped bread that you can see. We in India, it is some sort of burger, Brötchen. That is what Brötchen is. Then for Mittagessen, Apfelsaft is apple juice. Cut off. Salz is your salt. Salz is your salt. Pepper is your pepper. Salt and pepper. Then Wasser, Esish. Okay, Esish is vinegar. Esish is vinegar. Yol. Do you think what is Yol? What can Yol sein? Oil. Yol is oil. Cola is cola, that is Coca-Cola. And then Fleisch is meat. Fleisch is meat. Then for the Kaffee und Kuchen, Schokolade. Schokolade is chocolate. The Schokolade is chocolate. Zana is cream. Zana. You can see there's a bowl kept there with a full white cream. That is Zana. And then cakes is cookies. K-A-K-S, cakes, that is cookies, the form of a biscuit. And Zucker. Zucker is sugar. Zucker is sugar. Yeah. And then in the Abendessen, tomato, gurke, and Suppe. Suppe is soup. Soup, the Suppe. Wurst is like some sort of, you can say, kebab. Wurst, salami, kebab, some sort of Fleisch meat item. And then Schinken. Schinken is chicken. Schinken is chicken. So this is some sort of new words that you should know. So write down the meaning of that. We haven't got in the list, and the others you already had in the list. And Yes, there are three places you should know when it comes to the food and food shopping in Germany. Okay, so the first one is the Bäckerei. Bäckerei is the bakery from where they shop all the bakery related items, for example, cookies, cakes, and whatsoever based on the bread items. That is Bäckerei. Bäckerei, that is bakery. Then they have Markt. Markt is the vegetable market. Basically, it's a market. And when it comes to the right now, we are discussing about food. So we'll be discussing about the food market. So this is Markt. Then we have the butcher shop, that is Metzgerei. That is the, let's say, butchery. Yeah, that's, we call it butchery or Metzgerei. From where we can buy meat and flesh and fish, anything like that. And then it comes the supermarket. In supermarket, basically you can get everything and anything. But then for German people, they go to supermarket in order to buy the Lebensmittel item. Yeah, if they want to have some sort of breakfast items, salami, brotchen, juice, them different cola and everything, then they normally buy it from supermarket. So these are some places from where they do the shopping. That is Einkaufen. Shopping is Einkaufen. So das Einkaufen. So these are the places from where they do the shopping. Bäckerei, Markt, Metzgerei, Supermarkt oder so etwas. Okay. So now we'll come to here. Okay. Before we proceed, there was another thing that I had to discuss with you all. Even though we already had some discussion about it, but then as we'll be dealing with the topic in this chapter, so it's important for me to discuss the most important concept here. Nominative again und Akkusativ. Yeah. Normally the pronunciation is nominative and accusative. In English, we say it nominative and accusative. The first things first, we'll be discussing about nominative sentences, nominative Satz, and accusative Satz. Now, the first question is, was ist ein Satz? What is a sentence? Yeah, Satz. Was ist ein Satz? So, Satz is equal to Subjekt, that is subject, plus Verb. So, sentence always, when we form a sentence, it always has a subject. It always has a verb. Now, the subject, when we talk about subject, it can be a person. The subject can also be a thing, that is Sache. Thing, in German, we call it Sache. Die Person, that is person. And die Sache, yeah, die Sache, that is the thing. So the person can be either, the subject can be either a person or a Sache. For example, ich bin Devrupa. Yeah. So here, the subject that I'm talking about is ich. Yeah, I'm talking about me. So ich is the person. Yeah. You can also say das Auto ist rot. The auto is red. So here I'm talking about what? I'm talking about auto. So auto here is time Sache. So this is the basic sentence. Ich, you can talk about person, and das Auto, they can talk like the subject can be either a person or a thing. And when we talk about nominative cases, when we talk about nominative case, we always talk about some verbs and a few questions. I told you the nominative answers to question. Who is that? And next is, what is that? Yeah. Yeah. Who is that? What is that? So let's, this is, okay. Okay. So let's take das Auto ist rot. Okay, let's take this one as a first answer. Das ist ein Auto. Das ist ein Auto. This das is not the article wala das, because I told you article wale das ke baad we put the noun, but here we have a verb. So this is basically the demonstrative das, which means this is a car. And next one, the next sentence is das Auto, the car, ist rot oder teuer. Let's make it teuer. Teuer means it's costly. Yeah, so das Auto is teuer. So I have added 3 sentences here. So in nominative case, it always answers who is that and what is that. So who is that? So where is das? Who is that? So I'm talking about in the first sentence that I am Devrupa. So who is that? You are getting the name. You are getting my name as an answer. And what is that? So here you are getting the answer of a car, that this is a car. So whenever we talk about nominative, these 2 things come into existence. Who is that and what is that? If the question answers this, who is that, what is that, then it means the sentences are nominative. How? I'll give you some more examples. Then the thing would be clear. Right now, remember one thing, that nominative sentences are made with subject plus verb. That subject can be either a person or a thing. And always the verb is conjugated by the subject, which means this bin is here because the subject was ish. अगर यहाँ पे ish के अलावा air होता, so the verb would be what? अगर हमें zain लगाना है, if we are using the verb zain, then what would have been the verb here if the subject is air?
Bist.
Yeah, air ist somit. Yeah, air ist somit. So always the verb is conjugated by the subject. This is very important. Yeah, every time the verb is conjugated by the subject. If we write here something wrong, then we will not justify it with the subject. So always when we conjugate the verb, we need to see for which subject we are using the verb. If the subject is wir, for example, let's say we are student. So that would be wir sind Studenten. Yeah. So again, here we have wir. That's why the verb has changed to sind, the conjugation. So this is the basic, I would say, the most logical concept of some nominative. Yeah.